Hi, my name is Terri Phelps, and welcome to Demos Galore. Um, it's just been such a fun event to participate in, and I hope you really enjoy it. Again, my name is Terri Phelps. I live in Badness Heights, Minnesota, and I've been a demonstrator coming up on 6 years in March, so that's been really fun. And today what I'm going to share with you is the bundle Delicate Petals. And let me get started and show you what I've created. Let me switch down to my desktop. All right, so this is the new mini catalog. This is now available from January till June. The suite or the bundle that I'm going to be sharing with you today is called Delicate Bundles, and that can be found on page 57 of the mini catalog. So it's super nice set. This is the stamp set. And these are the dies. So I've also cut them out for you to show you a little bit different ways that you can use these. So this obviously are the dies that have been cut out, and this is your whole stamp set. So I colored the flowers just to show you how beautiful they can be. This is on Whisper white paper that was colored with blends. There's the stamped image. This is the center of the flowers, and the thing that's really nice about these dies is you can use them so many different ways. So here is probably a 1/2 inch circle, I want to guess, that you have for whatever you need on any other projects. You can has more detail. It's stitched. I don't know if you can see that very well. You can see it a little bit better when I layer them. So I use 2 different color cardstocks, and that gives a nice variety. Here are your large petals, and these are your detailed insides, which you can use together or separately. You can use them with the stamped image, and I showed kind of the differences and how that would look. This is using just the plain dies and cardstock and layering them. This is the stamped image on colored cardstock, and so you get that kind of look. And then these are also stamped, and they're on Whisper white, and then I used blends to actually color that color. So you get 4 of each of these, so that's really cool. You can do multiple die cutting at the same time. It really helps speed up your projects. These are parts of a smaller flower. And then this is a leaf, and this is, if you can see it, this is the skeleton that's been stitched. You can use that. This is also colored cardstock using the stamped image. And then this is Whisper white using the stamped image and coloring. So it's really fun. I love the fonts. I like how they switched up the words, some of them being in cursive and the rest of it not. I thought that was really a nice touch, and some nice sayings. And then you have some other flower parts and a doily, which is in a fun shape. So that is your set. So one of the items that I'm going to show you is how to create this card. This is a card that I got inspiration from Robin Walston, and it was a swap card that she had made me that I designed this with. Her card was totally made out of different stamps and whatnot, but this is her card. But I really liked the fact that this card was simple to make. It had a little bit of a wow factor, and it was just super cute. So thank you, Robin, for that card. So with that, I created this one that highlights this bundle. And so super fun. So I'm going to put together one. I'm going to show you. I made a little template, and these will be actually pictured in our files section. This is really just an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper that we have actually just cut right down the middle. So this is 11 inches by 4 1/4, which is your typical card base. And so you just simply score at 2 3/4, 4 1/2, 7 1/4, and 8 1/2. And then you just fold accordingly. These two are mountain folds, which is like if you think of a mountain, it's going up, right? So those are mountain folds. These two are valley folds. And so if you think about it, that's the valley at the bottom of the mountain. So that's simple. That's just the whole card base right there. I like that that's simple. So then what I did is I've already started a card because I just wanted to kind of give you some tips because it's not a hard card to create. The thing that I wanted to express was that this trick into getting this lined up is you really want to start from the bottom. So I did my first panel and I just stamped and adhered that. So now I'm going to start my second panel and I'm going to adhere that. But the trick of it is I want to line up this panel with the bottom one. I don't want this layered kind of kitty wampus because that would not give a very nice looking card, you know. So I think it's very important to layer it up from the bottom up. So I'm just going to adhere this. There we go. And you know, you don't want to go past where your layer ends, which would be something I would do. Don't remember, just don't go all the way around because that's typically what we do, right? So I'm just going to layer this. And now it lays nicely. And then I'm going to do the same with the top layer. Now I have put together this just for saving time's sake, but I just wanted to tell you, I created the leaves with the die of the small petal and then the leaf skeleton, if I can get that. So this is what I mean by that. This is a leaf skeleton die, and this is the small petal. And they line up quite nicely. So I just put them together like that and glued that. So I just wanted you to know that you can do that. And I think they turned out, you know, just fine. So I'm going to, what I also did, if you notice on the card, this is just Blackberry Bliss cardstock. And I thought, you know, this doesn't really show any nice depth or perception, just plain cardstock. So what I did was I sprayed cardstock with bleach. And that's something that, you know, people have been doing for a long time. But if you're new to stamping, this is what the color of the cardstock was. And this is now what it looks like being sprayed. So I used our little spritzers which are so awesome. You want to, if you do this, you do want to like really label your spritzer for bleach so that you remember that's bleach and not water. And then what I also did is once I did do the bleaching, I also sprayed with some other color, the dye refill. And I spritzed that back on because then it gave it another little layer. So some of those you can see are more of a color back in. And then I just ran it through the dye machine and I got my fun flowers. So what I want to do then is I want to give my flowers, I don't want them to be just flat to the paper. So I'm going to curl them and the petals, and you can either, if you want them to go up, you're going to turn it over and you're going to curl. If you want the petals to go down, you're going to turn it from the right, you know, do it that way. So I want to go up, so I'm just going to just give it a little bit of a curl. I'm going to attach that. And I'm going to do that now before I adhere it. And then I also wanted to put this on, pop it a little bit on another layer. So I'm going to use dimensionals. And then I'm going to like, there we go. So super fun. So that is my flower, and that was just a fun technique. It gives it just a little bit more of a, you know, a depth to it. So let's adhere this. And so this is my top. So I'm going to not go too far down. And again, I'm going to line this up so that it is looking good on the front. We don't want it to be kittywampus. All right, and then I'm just going to put, to finish it off, I will put an embellishment on that. So it's a super fun, easy card, but I think it's really a fun card to be able to receive. So I also made a card recipe. And so if you want to take a screenshot, this is just basic and a couple little tips. I want to share with you some of the other cards and things I have made. And that, the paper, by the way, I forgot to mention that the paper on this card is paper, and that is part of Celebration. This is free paper that you can get. So super fun colors. I really like that. And every page graduates the colors from dark to light. Actually, it should probably be that way. So super fun. I think I have 5 packs of this paper and I got it all free. So that's awesome. Celebration box. So one of the cards I made, I used a masking technique. I used blends and our blending brushes. And so I just masked this off, did my blending. These are new products. These are blending brushes. At first I thought they were sponges, but it's actually very fine toothbrush. So these are super cool. That's a brand new product. I used that to do my coloring, and I did blends, the Stampin' Up! Blends to do my coloring. Then I took the mask off, stamped my sentiment, and then I put tear and tape along the border. And then I used another new product we have, which is so cool. This is gold leafing, or gilded leafing, I'm sorry. This does not look like it would last you long, but oh, believe me, nothing, it doesn't take hardly anything to use. And this is just an example of it. It's just super fine, like almost foiling. And so I used tear and tape, and then I just merely put this on the tape, and it came out like this with this really pretty border. So that's one that I liked. I made in the ornate layers dies. And this is the stitched rectangle, and this is the ornate layers. This is another little fun fold. I really thought this was really a fun card. It's pretty. I love the flower, or the colors, they really pop. So that was fun. And I used just the little die inside here. And then I made this card. This is using the large lead petals, and then I just stamped, and this is the small petals, and layered that up. And then I used the, oh, what is this called? It's this, the hammered, I think, embossing folder. And just to give it a little bit of dimension and some interest. So that's super fun. And then I made a set of note cards that I wanted to show different ways you could use this set. And so one of those I decided to do was this card, and this is the leaf die. And I thought, you know what, that's like the shape of a candle flame. So I used that. I used designer series paper, and I just put some Wink of Stella. I don't know if you can see that, but they're really glittery and shiny. So that was just a really fun, cute little card to make, super easy and fun. Another card that I made was using the center of the flower, the stem, and I used it just to create a background. And then I used one of the sentiments, and then this is the small dots that would normally be placed like in the center of a flower as well. And I used that as a background to fill in the dead space basically behind that circle, and a little extra DSP, or designer series paper. And then I used one of the sentiments inside. So that's fun. And this card I created by using the stamp pad. I used the block, and I colored our Stampin' blends in different ranges of colors. And then I realized once I did that, that it didn't transfer very well on the paper. It was too dry. It dried too fast because it's alcohol based. So I had a spritzer, and I thought, I think there's shimmer paint in here, not positive, and sure enough, there is. And so I went to wet it, the block, just to transfer the ink. And I got a wonderful surprise, because by doing it with this that I had mixed shimmer paint with, it's just a beautiful shimmery card. I don't know if you can see that, it doesn't really show up too well. And then I also, because it was a rough, coloring of ink on the block, I didn't like how it was kind of jagged and uneven. So I created a little frame by using the rectangle frames dies. And then I just used another die to fill that space in with a really fun sentiment that's from the set. So I just wanted to show that you can use this for set for a lot of things other than, you know, creating flowers. But super fun, super fast, and these are really cute. You could give these, decorate the envelopes and give them as a gift. A 3D project I made was the little pizza mini box and mini pizza box. And then I used the large petals. My idea was kind of make this as like a table type of thing, or just that look of, you know, it's not necessarily a flower here, but super fun. I brayered the paint or the ink on the box. And this is another one of the ornate layers dies. And this is from the ice cream corner designer series paper. It's supposed to be a waffle cone, but I thought that's perfect for this. So that was a box I made. That was fun. This is a little gift bag. And so this is our printed gusseted cellophane bags. It's got little cute little, I don't know if it'd be like snowflake-like things or little flower centers, but it's just super fun and summery. And I filled it with candy and some grass. And then I used the field tiles dies as a background to give this some depth. And I thought that turned out really cute. Again, using that fun little mini flower. And this time I just used the smaller leaf and the skeleton. So that was fun. And then I always try to create a scrapbook page. So this is my second page actually of the layout. I used, this is the Hydrangea Hill Designer Series paper. Now I did not buy the stamp set or the dies for that, but I loved the paper and I loved the, just all the other nummy stuff that comes with that suite. So I thought it was a beautiful background paper to use with this. This is our velveteen paper pack. And thought that was lent a really nice soft touch. And these are the stitch triangle dies. So I thought that was really a pretty page. And then I made this with the velveteen paper as well. The first page of this is made out of same products. I did use the stitched lace dies. Now, typically you would just cut this out and make this a page, but I really liked how this looked. I thought it would be very cool once the picture's on here to have that as a background. And again, I used the same ideas, just laid out them differently. So let me show you together. I don't know if they'll really show. Kind of hard, but there'll be pictures of these in the photo section as well. So let me switch back to I hope those are just some small examples of what you can do with this bundle. It was super fun to use, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.